The attack on male gamers continues. I don't know what this means, so I'll just see how it goes. Let's see, is this better? Okay, let me turn the stream avatar thingy off as well. Not 200, but 120 eternal hours is possible. No. At the end of the day, I feel like, I mean, you're bad, but you can be a good girl too. I guess I'll take that as a compliment. I guess I'll take that as a compliment. This is definitely going to be about characters that aren't 10 out of 10 bootylicious. I feel like they're probably going to be talking about how the characters have became like uglier or something. We'll see.
Just, I don't know, in my opinion, I think that, I don't know, there's something a little bit childlike about it, a grown man to be playing games, and it is a huge turn off for me, and I'm bloody glad my man doesn't play video games.
I don't have anything meaningful to say about this. I just want...
Oh my god. Wait, would it be a ton off if a girl plays games? Would that be actually be like a ton off if a girl plays games? Because that's insane. The opposite, right? So I don't understand how it is a ton of like a guy to play games. For us, no, not for me. For me, it's the opposite, right? Damn.
I want to tell her to shut up. Hi,
If it's
my name
League
is
of
Sydney.
Legends.
Welcome back to hell. And
If
as
it's
per usual,
League.
before we launch in, today's video is sponsored by Manukora. And of course, by my company, likely late to this conversation because it took place a couple weeks ago, but a lot of things were also happening during that time. Like the mystery of who is eating the cats.
They're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats.
And I needed to show you all my breakdancing prowess, okay? Now,
Everyone is memeing the poor Australian lady. I feel kind of bad for her. People having a bad time to play games are doing it to themselves. I would love it if I had a girlfriend that plays games with me. I mean, to be honest, I would like for my future husband to play games. That way we can hang out together playing games. I feel like that would be really cool. And the guy is playing League or My Little Pony, that is basically the same, is cringe. Oh my god. Is it talent to see anyone passionate about a hobby? We got oh, that's a good one, Salty. Yeah. Or like, I think whenever I see someone talking about something they like a lot, you know, when someone is like quiet and then they get super talkative when it's about something they like, I think it's really, really cute. I like it. I like it a lot.
like I said, a few weeks ago, the conversation, or the debate, if you will, around men playing video games being unattractive was once again resurrected. This has been going on for quite some time, but periodically, someone, somewhere, for some reason, brings it back up. And every time this happens, it seems that people want to congregate around the idea that men playing video games is bad, and gaming is bad overall. Say the people who probably like crocheting or something. Depressingly, when I started looking for videos on this...
I mean, if you play this is Valorant, right? Like, this has to be Valorant. If you play Valorant, it's kind of an eek. It's kind of a ton of, not gonna lie. If they're talking about just Valorant, they're understandable.
issue, I actually came across this bizarre trend on TikTok where women say that they're men being happy while playing.
Listening to a man on his headset to his Xbox Pulse activated. To be honest, when some guys are hanging out with your bros, you guys sound... Oh, no, wait, let me not say that. Like, I feel like some of the jokes you guys make to each other, it sounds like you guys are going out with your boys. Yeah. Yeah. No, if I'm being honest, it does sound like it. It does sound like you guys are not going out with me. You're going out with the boys. Like, no, it does. What do you mean? Okay, so there's some guys that like the relationship they have with like their friends is really nice. I like it though. It's really funny. But there's some jokes that you make, like they're going to like kiss their bros. I don't know how to explain it. I don't like to explain it, but it makes it look like if you're the girlfriend, it makes it look like your bros are the girlfriend. Yeah. Yeah. Plenty of love for everyone. I don't know. I think it's probably because maybe the guy is spending a lot of time with his bros and she's getting jealous. But I feel like she could have just, tried to maybe game as well to try to understand his hobby. And I think that would be a really cute date though. Imagine you date a girl that has never gamed and then you try showing her some games like, I don't know, Elden Ring or Mario games, and she just slowly, slowly starts liking it. I think that would be really cute. I don't know. I find that really cute. If the guy is being a jerk, racist, sexist, sure. Oh no. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. If they're being racist or stuff like that with the bros, that should be an ick.
Playing games gives them the ick. So there's that.
Shut up, kill yourself.
Just launch me to Jupiter at this point. Anyway, this time the conversation started when conservative commentator Liz Wheeler posted a graph of the hobbies women reportedly find the least attractive.
Playing video games. Oh my god. Collecting figurines is cute though. Magic tricks. Oh, that is nuts. Okay, maybe maybe this is different. Online trolling. Ew. What the hell? This is ew. Okay, gambling is also ew. Building model. Oh, that's so cute. Taxidermy. What does taxidermy? Oh wait, is taxidermy the thing where like you hunt an animal and you keep the head and stuff like that? Is that taxidermy? I think that's the English, right? Stuffing dead. Oh, okay. Ew. Oh well, to me, I don't like it. I don't like it. They scare me a bit. Comic book collect. Oh, that's cute though. I wish I could collect mangas. That would be really, really cool. Bird watching. How is bird watching a hobby? How is watching a hobby? Like you just go outside and look at the birds, or what exactly does this mean? Because it is, yeah, it's creepy. According to the girls, prefer literal gambling to video games. I think I would like to know what type of women they asked. Like, I would like to know what type of women they asked to kind of like know if this is a real thing. Yeah. Isn't bird watching something grandparents do? I think this is for like older people. I watch the birds getting drunk and doing Pokemon fights. You've never heard of people who travel to find rare? No, I haven't. It's like my first time hearing about it. No, I don't know about bird watching. Is it like a popular hobby? I've never heard of it. Well, how do you even watch a bird? Bird watchers are really, really into it. They keep a logbook and everything. Oh, they call it bird watching. I call it looking out the window and seeing binoculars. With binoculars. Oh, okay. But what if the bird flies away? Do you like chase it? Do you run after the Do you run after the bird? I don't know. Oh.
At the top of the list was playing video games, followed by collecting figurines, magic tricks, and online trolling. But apparently we all love a good bird watcher. So that's a win for the birdophiles. I have absolutely no idea what bird enthusiasts are called. Birder. Well, at least that's memorable. I guess that's an improvement on what the trained people are called. Hootie tooters? Hooter tooters? This graph, which obviously is not based on real evidence, was posted along with Wheeler's commentary, which read, "This is 100% true. Men playing video games is peak unattractive, beyond red flag, like deal breaker zone. It's weird so many dudes don't get this." You want to know what I don't get? Why it's taken me so long to hear about the wonderful sponsor of today's video, Manukora. I have spent most of my adult life in search of
How many
sugar.
sponsorship
I'm kind
in
of
this
like
video?
Smeagol from Lord of the Rings about it. Precious. And the older I get, the more that I realize sugar's not that good for you. For $25 off when you buy a starter kit. After a huge amount of pushback, Wheeler followed up with a few additional posts, including another tweet where a woman wrote, "Women don't dislike video games because they're geeky, we dislike them because they're antisocial and consumption-based. Like if a woman said TikTok or online shopping was her hobby. Hobbies should include actually doing, making, or learning something. Last time I checked, gaming is doing something? What is this? What am I even reading here? Doubling down even further, Wheeler also wrote that video games are sedentary, consumptive, fantasy steeped in immorality that have serious negative real-world side effects on the men who play them. This tweet was very long, so I'm just going to summarize the generality of it, which was
4 in 10 American men between the ages of 18 to 50 play between 1 to 3 hours of video games every day. That's a lot. Maybe a bigger problem that I realized when I posted a meme. Yes, a meme. Oh? I mean, 1 to 3 hours a day. I don't think it's that bad. I feel like it's even rare since, like, if you work, you don't even have time to play. You don't even there's a lot. Neela is way worse than that. Wait. I do full-time streaming, okay? I'm an exception. I'm exception. Video games are sedentary, consumed. Oh my god, give me a sec. Give me a sec real quick.
is that video games are a net negative on society based on the fact that they reportedly lead to aggressive behavior, desensitization to violence, anxiety, mood disorders, and so on and so forth. She also asserts that women are attracted to men based on a man's ability to protect, provide, produce, and procreate. Hobbies that—
So does she mean that like a guy can does she mean that like a gamer can't produce and I don't understand. Like a gamer can produce and procreate? Like does the gaming kind of like does the gaming do like radiation towards like their thing? And they can oh my god, this has to be so stupid. She wants some sexy time. Oh, okay. That they spend so much time playing games that they don't do it. Oh, less gaming, more giving her attention. Oh, okay. I was like, what does she mean? And there are rich gamers out there. Like collecting figurines is really expensive, so I'm sure they can provide. Protect. Well,
that illustrate that ability are attractive to women. Hobbies that do not are not. Not to be a jerk, at least not intentionally, but isn't reading sedentary? And isn't buying random female crap for your house consumptive? Do you want to go and have a conversation with the immoral smut-reading ladies over on Book Talk? Would you like to have a word? I really don't mean to be so sarcastic about all of this, it just really irritates me. Of course, the icing on the cake here is the entire live stream that Wheeler decided to make about this topic, addressing the blowback that she'd received and saying that lots of people were unkind to her about it and she didn't like that, which honestly, like, yeah, fair enough. This video is really long and she burned through a lot of points very quickly and we don't have time to unpack them, but I overall felt really irritated watching Wheeler's live stream, and my takeaway was just generally, tell me you've never played video games without telling me you've never played video games. She again brought up that it makes people more desensitized and prone to violence because apparently we're resurrecting 90s talking points. I don't know. I thought we were over this. Look, I don't know Liz personally, and so I don't want anyone to perceive this as me attacking her because she seems like a nice lady, but I do find her opinion and this extended opinion really frustrating. I think there's a trend on the right side of politics where some conservatives in particular like to fully reject and stomp on really important cultural and entertainment-based mediums. And even if the intention behind that is a noble one, I still think it comes across as really controlling and fun policing. Listen, even people with daddy issues don't want to be parented this hard. I mean, they do want something hard, but it's not parenting. All of this to say, in the long run, I don't think it's very helpful, and I'm sure some of you will disagree with that, and that's okay. Feel free to scream at me in the comments.
No! No!
Anyway, about a week later, another video popped up where a woman called Bex from the radio show 102 Philly was similarly articulating why she doesn't like men playing.
I feel like a woman thinks they don't feel like they get enough attention. Maybe they should really communicate with their man, you know? I mean, to be honest, there are some gamers that like they'd rather game than spend time with your girlfriend. Like, let's not act like that's not possible. There are some guys who would rather game than like spend time with your girlfriend. And yeah, to be honest, if a girl doesn't like games, then I feel like you shouldn't really force them to game. But at least if you love them, try to make time for them. You know, try to make time for them. Not that you would spend the entire day gaming or like spend the entire day busy and not give them attention. You know, I feel like everything with moderation is good. Yeah. Sure, but relationships like compromise, so you have to talk. Yeah, yeah, to be honest, they really need to say it. But I mean, if you're like gaming every day and you notice you're not seeing your girlfriend most of the time, I feel like you should also notice that. It's not like a big brain thing. It's not a big brain thing. Yeah, there are guys who don't actually like the girlfriend and would prefer to game. Then I feel like they should break up. Like if you don't like your girlfriend, break up then. Why keep someone hostage then? You know? But that's a problem with the guy, not the video games. True. True. But it's because the guy is playing the video games, that's why the girl is like thinking the fault is the video game and not that the guy doesn't like her, you know? I mean, if they prefer focusing more on games, to be honest, they should be in a relationship with the first. They shouldn't be in a relationship in the first place, but that is just my opinion. Yeah. Like if you'd rather game than spend time with your girlfriend, then I think you just don't like them. I think you should be single then, you know? I'm not saying you shouldn't play games, but you know, sometimes spend time with the other person. A lot of people do that. They just don't want stigma of being alone. Neela is a bit no. They just keep hostages that they're unhappy with. Either you play together or you cut back a little if it's impacting relationship. It's not rocket science. Exactly. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Either you try to maybe make her like to play games with you and you guys spend more time together. Maybe try to like find the game she might like, you know? If it's someone that's never played game before, then you just try to find some games that are like easier for her to like kind of want to spend more time with you doing your hobby. Then that would be good. Maybe take interest in her hobbies. Yeah, that would also be good because we're talking about the girl having to game. What about you taking interest in her hobbies? That would be nice. I just feel like it's kind of give and take. Give and take. Hmm.
Video games. She said that it was lazy and generally unproductive.
But the whole gaming thing,
What's the problem? Jacqueline has this big problem too. Because
it's just lazy. It feels like unless you're getting paid, and there's a line, right? Like it's cool if you want to do it every so often, but to me, I'm like, go educate, like go do something productive.
but what is the problem? Like, you know, Jacqueline has a big problem with it too. Whenever she hears the
Go educate. What? What do you mean go educate? Most of the time, I feel like women like this, most of the time they just spend it watching TikToks. Like I'm really curious, like, you know, what their hobby is. I'm really, really curious to know what type of hobbies they have.
PlayStation start up, like I gotta
Here
hear
we
the huffing and
go.
puffing.
Yeah.
But if I were to just have TV on, you'd be on TikTok as it is, not
Because
paying
it's
attention.
What did I
Why
just
does it
say?
bother you?
Because it's not the distraction of me being on TikTok and us watching TV. It's what you could be doing with that time.
There it is, and that's it. I knew it.
It's
I knew
what
it.
you could-
You women want to task us
No,
so
no, no, no,
bad
no.
that you're so pissed
no,
that we're taking
no,
time
no.
from doing something.
No.
Wait a minute, you're enjoying things? You have time to do this video
see,
game?
here's the thing
Ah,
is-
here's all the things you
But
could be
here's
doing.
the thing, you're enjoying it, but you could also be planning something nice for us. You know, like
Like I mentioned, this is not the first time that this type of criticism has come up. A couple years ago, 3 more women got a lot of heat online for making fun of men who game, with one of the women even suggesting there's a correlation between gaming and the being bad in the bedroom or having
What? Oh my god. I could draw a picture and waste my time. I think like hobbies is usually like when I think about hobby is not to be productive. Like I know I'm a workaholic, but if I want to like just chill, is not to be productive. It's just to relax and enjoy my time. That's it. Like if I wanted to work, then I would work. But hobby usually is just to just be lazy for a bit and enjoy doing something else. Like what? I don't understand. Yeah, working off, I need my downtime. Exactly, it's downtime. It's downtime. So I don't know why it's such a big deal. Gamers are very good with their hands. It's well documented. I think the only place where this could be an issue is like, let's say someone that like is addicted to gaming. This is like that's like the only time this would apply. Like if it's someone that games every single day, 12 hours a day, without going to work, without doing anything, just staying at home gaming, okay, then this could apply. But I don't think this is the case here. This is not the case.
Having small male genitalia.
I'll be honest with you, not if I think of the top 10 best I've ever had, they didn't play video games. So I'm convinced video games are for mediocre.
I grew up.
How can you have top 10? Oh my god, how can you have top 10? D, oh my god. I didn't even know there's like ranking. Yo, I didn't even know there was ranking. Jesus Christ. I think maybe those people have a bad experience with a gaming addict and are generalizing it to everyone who plays video games. I think so as well. It's kind of like the way when some people have like a trauma from a relationship and they just, from just that one relationship, they don't want to date anything related to that thing. You remember the video we watched of that guy that doesn't date white girls? I think it's the same thing, that like he was traumatized from maybe multiple white girls and he just doesn't want anything to do with them anymore. Like it's insane. I think if my girlfriend ever would come to me and say gaming or arts is a waste of time, I would drag her to the gym and put her through a hell workout together with me and watch how long she lasts. Oh, okay, Mikas. Just be careful to not end up on Emily's Excel sheets.
Up as a gamer, so it was okay with it. That was quite alright with me. I got excited
I don't know
too.
what grown man is spending that much time playing video
There's
games.
a lot of grown men spending a lot of time.
And
on
I don't
this
think that
bullshit.
they're
a lot.
I don't think that you could be a great partner or a great lover as a grown man spending time playing video games.
If you're like,
This is such a weird statement. Do you always judge the appropriateness of a hobby based on man pickles and their performance? Is this a legitimate metric? Why are people like this? I mean it. Put me in the canon and launch me to Jupiter. So I have a very vested interest in this topic, both as a woman and as a person who plays video games. So I do feel that it is pretty important to come to the defense.
To be honest, now I feel bad though. I don't understand. Like if women see men that play games this way, now I'm curious to like see what men think of women that play games. Like now I'm actually kind of like worried of how men see women that play games. Like do they maybe have a negative, I don't know, we like them. I mean, you guys are gamers. You guys are gamers. I'm talking about the non-gamers. Yeah, I feel I wouldn't be asking you guys. I'm talking about the non-gamers. Like, how do they see women that play games then? Because these are all women that don't like games. You know? Yeah, you guys are not all men. So I'm trying to like figure out. Damn. Okay, maybe it's not seen as a good thing. You know? They don't care. You know, you need to start telling people about your favorite games on dates and see what happens. I don't think they think about them. Oh. Even men who don't play games don't care about it. What's crazy to me is that they complain about men playing games for the spare time they have, but they don't consider that girls may spend way more time on TikTok, YouTube, TV, watching screen than men gaming. So I can't understand how games are bad, but any other screen time is good. To be honest, if I checked my screen time on TikTok or even like watching series is also a hobby. So the amount of time I spend watching a series is probably the same, like almost the same amount as someone who games. So I think if we start comparing, then I don't think there's a place to like start talking. Because then men could start complaining, oh, but you're always on Netflix watching this series or this Korean drama. What about doing those 6 hours of you binge watching those series? Couldn't you have done something productive? Now what? Now what do we do? Men want a purpose as long as your partner is being doing this here. A man who don't care she plays games regardless of how of he does or not. I think the specific people care more that they aren't the number one focus of their partner. They're just especially loud about it. I think they're jealous. I think they're jealous. Like I am clingy, but I mean I am clingy, not gonna lie. I am clingy. I feel like if then again I'm gaming. So I can just play games with you. So it's already win-win for me. I can just play games with you. But if I didn't play games, with being how clingy I am, oof, I think I would find it a problem though. Yeah. I think I might find it a problem. Because I would want to spend time with you, you know? That's the thing. Like I know how clingy I am. But it's not like I'm saying you should put me number one. That's the thing. Yeah, you share the hobby, so your clinginess can be handled fine. Since I game, then I don't really mind. But if I didn't, maybe.
Defense of male gamers, and I guess just really any gamer in general. Because if the criticisms that I've so far highlighted in this video are anything to go by, I think people's perceptions of this industry and those who enjoy games are completely off base. And I think it's generally wild to say that gaming is not a hobby, and if it is, it's one that's overall unattractive to women. Because I would argue, in many cases, that is not true. I mean, first and foremost, the gaming industry as a whole has changed dramatically over the last few decades, and video games have accelerated in scale and quality during that time too. Rather than games appealing to a small portion of people, now anyone anywhere can play them, which is why the industry has become so enormous. There are so many different stories being told, so many different ideas being explored, and let's remember, importantly, that the amount of women playing games has also grown more and more, and is continuing to do so. And no, Animal Crossing and The Sims don't count as gaming. Please stop.
I don't even like Animal Crossing. I don't even like the game. I find Animal Crossing boring. I don't know why anyone that's like talking about games that a girl can play. Animal Crossing. What is boring? It's just cute. I like to collect like the mini amiibo thingy, but to play the game, I'm too lazy. It's cute. That's it. Like the characters are really cute, but I have the game because like my nieces play it, but I don't play it like on my own. The gaming industry is bigger than movies, sports, and music put together. There's games for pretty much everyone.
This. Point being, video games themselves and the gamers who play them come in all forms, and I don't think it's fair to tar everyone with the same brush. With that said, I do understand why some people, some being the operative word, find gaming to be an unattractive hobby, and I think there's a number of reasons for that. Number one, when most of us millennials were growing up, which is what our friend Liz Wheeler is, we were only really then starting to see sort of a shift in the way that people viewed men and video games. Until this point, I think it's fair to say that gamers were largely associated with the basement-dwelling dorks who played World of Warcraft from dawn until dusk. And whether that view is true or not, whether it's fair or not, that's what was portrayed predominantly in media, entertainment, by all the kids, all those boys that were in high school.
True.
I can actually testify to this because I fully remember my older brother sitting in the office all day.
Oh my god, so cute. Oh, this is so adorable. What the hell? Also, yeah, not everyone looks and smells like Asmongold. But that if you ask anyone, what do you think a gamer looks like? It's mostly non-attractive stuff. But now everyone plays it, you know? That's why even when Henry Cavill said he games or does like the Warhammer thing, so many women were so surprised because what? How can a handsome guy collect figurines or play games? That doesn't make sense. Yeah, that's literally the image.
Wow. and sometimes painting Warhammer. I think he still paints Warhammer. To be completely fair to my brother, because, you know, he will probably watch this video, he is in fact the reason why I like gaming at all. And I also remember sitting next to him, watching him play Spyro, because little sister. Now that I'm thinking about it, I also remember his LAN parties with his nerd friends, so really love aging myself there. Anyway, this type of visual and this messaging has definitely been ingrained in a lot of us because it's also what we were exposed to in pop culture. And it's probably why a bunch of elder millennials and people who are older than elder millennials especially view gamers through this lens. Actually, hilariously, when I was researching for this video, I found out that the attractiveness of male gamers and how much they game is still being studied because they guess this is a stereotype that never dies. The second reason, and I think this is more applicable across the board, is it is unattractive to come home to your man sitting on his butt all day playing video games. On the weekends, gaming. All day, gaming. Every single weekend, gaming. Can't pull himself away for long enough to spend time with you or to be a father or a husband or whatever. When it becomes
that is, I feel like that is what they should have said in the beginning. Like, if they gave that example, yes, that is absolutely an ick. Like, that to me is disgusting. That is just too much. That's too much. Imagine you don't want to be a dad, you want to game. Oh, God. I know, right? How the fuck can such a handsome hunk of a man be a gamer? Yes, many women were surprised when they knew Henry Cavill was a gamer. Henry Cavill has that red flag to this red flag. The odds have gone up for all of us. Demetrius Johnson, UFC legend, loves Elden Ring. Oh. Pop culture does have such a big influence on how people view things. This is why I like movies and stuff to be somewhat accurate. Otherwise, we get this. Yeah.
An addiction that consumes you, yes, that is a problem and that is unattractive. And this is the primary criticism that I find online when it comes to men and video games.
When my husband and I first got married, he was addicted to video games. So if your spouse is addicted to video games or sports or anything, listen to this.
But the thing is, if your man or a man doesn't have a gaming addiction, then what precisely is unattractive about this interest? At least in my experience, the women that I have come into contact with or that I'm friends with or that are in my family and whatever don't really view a man's interest in video games as a good or bad thing. What's most important is how he balances his gaming with his life and its many obligations. For example, back in 2020, a TikToker called Alyssa Nguyen actually had to come out and clarify that her gamer husband did indeed take care of her and her kids after she began uploading compilations of her bringing him his
the
night
dream.
dinners.
What the hell?
She wrote, he does all his chores, daddy duties, and husband duties before getting on. One person even asked Nguyen if she was happy with the amount of time her husband gamed. Nguyen responded, "It doesn't bother me at all. He plays a couple hours a night after he gets home from a long shift." And honestly, I think this comment crystallizes a broader point. A lot of people, not only men, use video games as a way to alleviate anxiety, to decompress, to de-stress after a long day or a long week or whatever the case may be. And I can actually personally relate to this, and I've actually said this in other videos, where I find nothing more enjoyable after a particularly stressful day than jumping into whatever game I'm
This is literally what my brother does. Like, after work, when he comes back home, he just turns on his computer and starts gaming. And before you know it, usually he comes back home super pissed because of work. But after gaming, he's like in a really good mood and he wants to talk to you. Like, if I go towards my brother immediately after he comes back from work, I feel like he would slap me because of how mad he is. He just needs the game to be able to like turn off and forget about work. That's the thing. No, it's because he hates it. He hates it. And gaming helps a lot. Gaming helps him a lot. So, yeah. He needs to recharge his social battery. Yeah, imagine the entire day. Imagine you're like an introvert and you have to talk to people for like 8 to 12 hours a day. Every single day as an introvert. Imagine how exhausting that is. Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, my brother is like a huge introvert and he has to talk to people every single day. No. Like, you're actually crazy. No, he needs to game. He needs to game. He needs to do something else that doesn't have to do with people. In terms of not dealing with people is exhausting. They're not always kind. Exactly. Some people steam off by punching a bag in the gym. Some others like the game, and some others do both. It's about how you manage your emotions and you know how to fix your mood. I share yeah, bros. Twice. Hi, hello, Hira. Hello.
Playing
People
and
are the
just, like,
problem.
hacking monsters to death because it's cathartic and it stops me from committing murder. That is a joke, Mr. FBI man. I am making a joke. Jokes aside, in addition to being cathartic, it is a good form of escapism. I watched one particular
Yes.
TikTok where a guy was describing escapism in video games as a bad thing, using it as an indicator of depression or a person who hates their life, and that very well might be the case sometimes. This just reiterates that men yearn for the mines. But again, why do people frown on this type of escapism, but not when it comes in the form of books or films or television shows? I genuinely feel like there's such an unfair double standard when it comes to gaming that isn't equally applied to other entertainment mediums. Yeah, I'm gonna need you all to stop that. In my opinion, the bottom line here is that gaming is, in fact, a legitimate hobby. And I will argue till I am blue in the face with whoever I need to argue with that many of us ladies would much rather a guy who games in moderation than one who is down at the bar or at the club every single weekend getting drunk.
Oh
If
my
you are a man,
god. Oh my god, yes. Yes, 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 100%. Jesus, yes. I would rather a gamer than someone that like goes to the club every single night, every single weekend. No, no. And usually those are the ones that cheat. I mean, I feel like it's difficult for a gamer to cheat because isn't that too much energy for you guys? Like, I start to feel like cheating with like in Discord e-kitten, lol. But I think for a gamer, cheating is too much energy. It's too much energy. Like you guys are already putting that energy into the game. Now you have to put now you have to like go cheat. No, it's more difficult for gamers to cheat, in my opinion. Gamers need to meet other women. Exactly, gamers need to meet other women. Oh my god. Who are we going to cheat with the Archie? That's what I think. Dating a gamer is not that bad. It's not that bad. But why the hell is that a topic of discussion? Anything excessive is bad, period. Yes, anything. Water in excess might kill you. Eating is too much might make you sick. In the hospital, I just don't know why gaming is so stigmatized. I think it's because of the way the media portrayed it. I think that's why. But nowadays, it's not. It's only boomers that think that way. Like Zoomers, they don't think. Most Zoomers game. Like most Zoomers, people my age, they game. I don't think there's anyone that think this way. Like, I think maybe it's back in you guys' days. Back in you guys' days that this was a big issue.
and you enjoy video games, that does not make you unattractive. And frankly, it can actually be a really nice opportunity for bonding with your spouse or girlfriend. And I say this as someone who freaking loves couch co-ops. Like, I recently played the Untitled Goose Game, and it was unironically a lot
Oh,
of fun.
Frosty
I have to
mentioned this
stay away from
game.
the platformers though, because I just let everyone down. People who make the claim that gaming is antisocial and will turn men into murder factories genuinely don't seem to understand the nature of gaming and how community-based and collaborative it often is these days. A lot of modern games have a ton of multiplayer features, and it allows you to do, like, you know, the teamwork. In a time where people are super disconnected, the gaming world is actually pretty great at helping people make friends and create communities. I'll say as well that there are apparently a bunch of other measurable benefits to playing games, like improvements to cognitive functioning, problem solving, impulse control, and so on and so forth, but I don't want to get into it, so I don't know, I guess I'll link some of these in the description and you can read them in your own time. There are definitely way more things to add about this specific topic, but the one that I want to leave you with, the last thought that I have here, is that I definitely think that there is an online trend where people can't stand to see men doing things that make them happy.
Men have video games and sports. What do women have?
I actually see this a lot on Twitter, but with relation to women, where people will post a video of women just doing something fun and silly and goofy and enjoying themselves, and then this onslaught of comments and responses are mad that the women are having fun. I see that a lot here with this issue, and I absolutely hate it when people do it to both of the sexes. Just
Yeah, that's true though.
let people enjoy things. Personally,
But isn't it one of the hobbies online trolling? Oh my god, I didn't even know online trolling is a hobby. Like, what the hell? What is going on? How can that be a hobby? How is that even like an option? I didn't know people troll as a hobby. I thought that was like from South Park. So basically everyone hobby, that's the line. Like, that's insane. So basically everyone is mad when other people are having fun instead of giving them attention. Yeah. That's just called being a Redditor. Oh, wait, I have to upload this on YouTube. I don't want Reddit people coming after me. Oh my god. Games have been recommended for seniors with dementia because it teaches the old brain cells. To me, I think I like games. Like during school, I'm more of like a visual learner, you know? So whenever, let's say, a test had like some games, then it was more fun. It was literally more fun, and I would always remember it for the test. Literally. It's like more fun than like when the teacher's like teaching is and it's so boring and there's no interaction, there's no nothing. It's just them talking and yapping. I don't know. I think gaming has helped a lot. We even have games in school, so I don't know why it's such a big deal.
I'm really glad that gaming has become such a positive outlet for so many people. And as far as unattractive interests go, I think it's worth remembering that when it comes to hobbies and relationships, any hobby can become an obstacle, much in the same way that it can also be an asset. If you enjoy something or have a hobby or have a special interest that gets in between you and somebody else, or it is an all-consuming thing that pushes everybody out of your life, well, yeah, I mean, that's a problem. But if you can take an interest or a hobby or a thing that you love and share it with somebody else in an engaging way, or in a way for yourself that passes time but doesn't fill it, I think that's really positive, and honestly, I think that's really all any of us actually want. In the end, if gaming is a thing that you can share with your wife or girlfriend, a thing that you can use to decompress, or even something that has helped you build a really strong community with friendships and positive experiences, no woman in their right mind would consider that a problem. And if they do, I think that says much more about that woman than the gamer himself. Now, on that note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder to check out my new Quora using the link in the description. I unironically love this honey, so I'm really excited about this sponsorship, and I hope you guys love it as well if you decide to give it a crack. Now, I open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? Is gaming, in fact, unattractive? Are you one of these ladies who just thinks, yuck, I'm not interested, I'm not about this is terrible? Are you a guy who thinks it's unattractive and terrible? Are you somebody who really likes gaming and likes to share that with your loved ones? Are you somebody who maybe is on the addiction side of things and you can see how bad and damaging?
And now I'm curious, like, Noel, how many hours do you guys game in a day? Like, when you guys have like the opportunity to game, how many hours do you usually game? Because I'm really curious. I game so many hours, but that's because now it's like my job, you know? Minimum 5, 1 to 4, too many. This day is not much. Depends on the day. Some games 0, some days 5 or more. It depends, 1 to 5. Whenever I don't have work. On weekends, minimum 8. Depends on if there be anything on the schedule. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's a hobby. It's a hobby. So usually you're supposed to like just do it when you're free. During the week, 2 to 3 weekend is the only time for more hours. I game so much more often. I'm not around family and I can connect with friends on the game, so I game when I can. To be fair, a lot, but I get stressed out quite often. Oh, so game helps you to like relax then. And yeah, continue gaming.